Hello and welcome. On the 1st of January 1970, London Country Bus Services Limited was formed. Now, this isn't something that just naturally happened or was taken over. It was a specially formed subsidiary of the National Bus Company, and it took over the Green Bus and Green Line coach services of London Transport. The fleet that London Country inherited, though, was former London Transport vehicles. There were things like RTs, RLHs, RMs, RMLs, XFs, GSs, RFs, various Merlins and Swifts, to name a few. Now, if none of those code types actually mean anything to you, I do apologise if you don't speak fluent London Transport. And if you would like me to do a video on the London Transport type codes, please comment down below. Maybe I could do a video on each different type so you could acquaint yourself with it. But the majority of these London Transport types were geared up around London Transport's maintenance system, which involved them going to Aldenham, being stripped down, the body separated from the running units, and being put back together as basically a new bus. However, when London Country was formed, this kind of isolated these buses, as they were no longer part of the London Transport fleet, so therefore they weren't going to be going to Aldenham for an overhaul. Now, not only was it the isolation from Aldenham that was causing problems with the maintenance, there was a serious shortcoming of spare parts as well, which was also affecting the reliability of buses. Now, this was also coupled to a time where one-man operated buses, there were no one-person operated buses at the time because there were very few female bus drivers, was starting to come to the forefront of operation. And buses like the RT and the RM, the Route Master and the RML, were starting to fall out of favour due to the fact it took two people to operate them. And there were delays with new vehicles being delivered. To give you an insight into this, at the beginning of 1973, London Country had 1,215 vehicles in its fleet, of which only 422 had been delivered since it had been split from London Transport. However, this had resulted in major withdrawals in the RT class and the RF class, as well as the elimination of the RLH and the GS buses. Leyland Nationals were the order of the day, along with the trusty Leyland Atlantean, but they were also ordering buses like Bristol LHSs with Eastern Coachworks bodywork and AEC Reliance coaches with Plaxton bodywork, which were due the following year. Problems came to a head at Amersham Garage in April 1974, which had a scheduled requirement for 16 SM class AEC Swift single-deckers, but only had 4 available for service. This resulted in London Country making arrangements with London Transport to hire some MB and MBS class AEC Merlins, 24 arriving in June 1974, but at a peak there were 50 vehicles on hire at any given time. And to be fair, London Transport was starting to fall out of love, or indeed had fallen out of love with its AEC Merlins and Swifts at that time, so was probably quite glad to let them go on hire to London Country. October 1974 would see more than a quarter of the London Country fleet unlicensed, and the situation didn't improve into 1975. In fact, London Country found themselves obliged to carry out recertification work on some of the London Transport buses, the Merlins, that they'd hired in order to continue having these vehicles available. Now, at that time, London Country were building a new central works at Tinsley Green, Crawley, and the dependency on outside sources for maintenance remained rather high, so this put much more strain on the maintenance side of things than they'd anticipated. This led to London Country approaching other operators to see if they could help in any way, to sell buses or indeed just hire them buses. And in May 1975, the first of these Provincial buses arrived. These were a small batch of 3 former Southdown Leyland PD3 Titans, better known as Queen Marys, with full front Northern Counties bodywork. These carried the traditional apple green and cream Southdown livery, but were fitted, rather strangely, with London Country National Bus Company fleet names. They were allocated to Godstone, where they covered for RML shortages. They remained at Godstone until September 1976. The next buses to arrive were further Leyland PD3 Titans, but these were ex-Ribble ones and formed part of the LR class, which totalled 20 buses and were used as driver training buses. Now, it might not sound a very good idea to buy lots of buses to use as driver training buses, although drivers would need training. However, there would be buses in the driver training fleet that had certificates of fitness that could be used in passenger service. So these 20 buses freed up those buses from the driver training fleet, which allowed them to re-enter service. None of the Ribble Leyland Titans entered passenger carrying service though. London Country classified these ex-Ribble Leyland Titans as the LR class. Now, just as London Country seemed like they were getting somewhere with their vehicle shortage, the 1975 order of Leyland Nationals didn't turn up until 1976, so it really was a case of 1 step forwards and 2 steps back. And unfortunately, the availability of vehicles declined during the autumn of 1975 so much that London Country looked at hiring in vehicles to relieve that issue. What resulted was a very fascinating and interesting period of London Country's history. And undoubtedly, these vehicles added a splash of colour and variety into the London Country greenbelt. Although the first buses to arrive on hire could hardly be accused of splashing colour into the equation. They were 6 Western National, formerly Royal Blue, Bristol MW6Gs, and arrived in full national white coach livery. These were hired from the 27th of October 1975 until the 26th of November 1977 to cover SM Swift shortages at Dunton Green. However, being coaches, they were not fitted for one-man operations, so they had to run in service with a crew. From the 8th of November 1975 until the 4th of September 1976, 6 Leyland PD2s on hire from Maidstone Borough Council ran at Dartford. These were covering for a shortage of RMC Routemaster coaches, mainly on Route 499. Towards the end of October 1975, an Ipswich Borough Transport AEC Regent 5 was inspected at Harlow. However, no hires or sales resulted. From the 5th of January to the 12th of June 1976, 3 Eastbourne Borough Council AEC Regent 5s were hired for use at Swanley Garage. They were covering for RMC Routemaster coaches on Route 477. Southend Transport provided 10 Leyland PD3s from the 29th of March 1976. These were used at Harlow on the cruise services there. These replaced RTs, but the RTs weren't withdrawn. They were allocated elsewhere to help pad out the gaps in the allocations. Now, interestingly, these Southend PD3 Leyland Titans had previously been hired by London Transport for use at Croydon on the Route 190. Bournemouth Corporation Transport supplied 5 Daimler Roadliner single-deckers for a shortage of MBS AEC Merlins, and these operated on the 460 route at Staines Garage from the 22nd of November 1975 until the 3rd of October 1976. Bournemouth Corporation Transport also provided 5 Daimler Fleetline double-deckers at Leatherhead, and this was from the 24th of November 1975 until the 18th of March 1978. The Bournemouth fleet lines slowly dwindled away as brand new Atlanteans came online and replaced them. The Central Repair Works at Crawley opened in January 1976, and this improved the maintenance situation shortly afterwards. However, such was the amount of vehicles the company was short by, it took quite a while for the problem to completely go away. This could be seen that from 5th of March to the 21st of October 1977, 5 Leyland Atlanteans with Massey bodies were hired from Maidstone Borough Council. Now, at the time, Maidstone Borough Council were having a change of vehicle policy and were going from operating double-decker buses and had started operating lightweight single-decker buses such as Bedfords. So these Atlanteans were surplus to their requirements. And to be fair, these are some of my favourite Leyland Atlanteans, these Massey-bodied Maidstone ones, and I'm hoping this year, probably in the next few months, to do a special video about these Maidstone Atlanteans. If you'd like to see that, please comment down below. The last of these Atlanteans was officially returned to Maidstone on the 26th of November 1977. And from this point on, things started to get a little bit easier for London Country. The new Central Works was open in Crawley, and this made a huge difference to the maintenance regime. Coupled to the fact that the deliveries of new buses started to speed up, meant that the hired vehicles weren't needed anymore. Well, I hope you enjoyed this look at a rather interesting piece of history in the bus industry. If you did enjoy it, please like and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also hit the notification bell. Now, it doesn't mean the video will stop when you hit the bell. It means that you will be notified when I release future videos in this and my other series here on YouTube. And don't forget to look at my other videos that I've got on YouTube. There's something there for the bus enthusiast of good taste, just like yourself. By watching these videos, you're helping raise funds to preserve a collection of elderly double-decker buses, which is brilliant. You get videos, we get the assistance we need to keep the wheels turning. Once again, thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. I'm Jake Bamford. Bye for now.